How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today is a very special day because I'm gonna go over every single thing wrong with my cheap 2000 Ford F-350 dually. For those of you who have been subscribers of mine for a while, you guys will know this truck. I bought it 6 months ago. But for those of you who haven't seen this truck before, it is a 2000 Ford F-350 dually. And it's called a dually because it has those dual rear wheels in the back. This is a crew cab, it is a long bed, and it's the longest truck that Ford made at the time. Well, at least without going into, some commercial grade equipment. This is a very, very good buy. I bought it for $7,500 6 months ago, and it has 265,000 miles. It has gotten me to New Jersey and back. It has done everything that I've wanted it to do. It towed a car from New Jersey here. Actually, that car over there, my Porsche underneath that tarp. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that this is not a 2000 body style. I got it from a truck customization shop in Miami. And the previous owner paid to have it converted into an 06, 07 lookalike. And that is both on the exterior and interior. So this car looks a lot newer than the VIN number would have you believe. Like, you see this Super Duty. This usually wouldn't come on the 2000s. This kind of chrome plating or the indentation. This entire bed is actually from an 07 or 08, and the front part was from an 06, which actually I really dig the look of. I didn't like the 2000 that much just because it looked very dated, but this makes it look like a newer truck, and I didn't have to pay those newer truck prices. This is a used truck. It is very, very used. 265,000 miles. Now, usually when a car reaches that mileage, it would have some wear and tear issues, just components drying out, components failing, components cracking, and this car is no different. Now, I know I referred to it as a car, and that's not right. I should refer to it as a truck. So you have my promise. If I refer to this as a car once more, talk to your waitress and she will give you a free dessert. So the first thing wrong with this car is not really anything wrong with the car specifically. It's the fact that this alarm is the dumbest alarm I've ever encountered. So this is a key fob. It has lock, unlock, and remote start, which is kind of cool in the winter, especially here in the really cold Florida winters that we have here. We unlock it, and we take a nice little stroll. All right, so you heard that, right? You heard that little beep? It's now locked again. From the time it takes me to get from one side of the car to the other, it locks itself. And that is very, very annoying, especially if you leave the keys inside the car. So right now, from that time, it was in real time, I can't open the door. If I'm trying to get groceries out of the car and I leave the keys in the car by accident, or if I'm parking the car and I leave the keys inside because, like I'm apt to do, this becomes a little bit of a really annoying issue. Another interesting quirk about this car are the panel gaps. And it's not necessarily anything wrong, again, but it's just something notable. So this panel gap, I always thought that it was a panel gap between, it's what happens when you put an 06 front end on a 2000 car. No, it's not. This is actually all stock. Well, this isn't stock, but it's stock looking. Take a look at how big this is. I can fit my entire hand in this panel gap, and that's how it's supposed to be. So this, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like this. I have no idea. But yeah, it's crazy how big the panel gaps are. I can fit multiple fingers in the space between the grille and the hood, and Ford just built them like that. No wonder they're built Ford tough. I bet it's a lot easier to build a car when you have a foot of room on either side to work with on every panel. Just going down the side, you can see there's just like real inconsistencies. Hey, look, spider right there. There's a real big inconsistency with the gaps on all the panels. And I mean, for a company that basically invented interchangeable parts, it is it is kind of ridiculous. I mean, take a look at this. Look at how much I can land a plane in this spot. It does get a little bit better when you go inside, because the interior is from an '07 as well, and the build quality isn't bad, especially for Ford trucks. I know in the 90s the build quality was literally exposed sheet metal screws and nothing fit, but here everything is pretty decent. I'm not going to be complaining about that. The only thing I am going to be complaining about is the fact that when this conversion was done, they put the '07 switches in here, and the '07 switches have this feature for automatic lights, and I can turn them on. Well, I put the switch into automatic and nothing happens. So automatic does not work. I can turn on the lights regularly, but this automatic function ain't functioning. Another thing that don't work, even though I was advertised as it working, was the brake control, brake assist, or I'm not actually sure what it's called, but it's this guy right here. And this adjusts your gain for trailers. If you have a horse trailer or something big, or like an RV, this adjusts your gain. That not only does that not work, it's not connected to anything. And the way I know is after I bought the car, oh, crap, I called it a car. After I bought the truck, I managed to pull on this, and the entire thing just came out. And would you know it, it's not connected to anything. So this is dead as a doornail. I'm not sure what to do with it. I'm probably just going to make this into a cubby hole or put some switches in here, but yeah, that's it. I do have an aftermarket brake bias control thingy right here, and that's something. The funniest issue, however, well, it depends on what you think is funny, is when I turn on the truck. Let's just turn it on. Ooh. Never get tired of that. So if I turn on the truck, and let's say it starts pouring, as it's apt to do in Florida, it is the rainy season, I want to turn on the windshield wipers. So windshield wiper switches usually off, then intermittent, then low, then high, and that's how most cars are. On this truck, this is off, this is intermittent, nothing happening. This is low, and this is, no, that's low, and then this is high. So that ain't very fast. The issue then becomes, let's say it stops raining, as it's apt to do since Florida's rain starts and stops within 5 minutes. Let's say I want to stop this. Put it in the off position. Yeah, it does not turn off. So this creates a interesting problem. Every time it starts raining, I have to put this thing on high, and then when it stops raining, I basically have to catch it and turn it off. I have another solution for this. I can press this in to do a squirt of the washer fluid and have that act as a sort of intermittent. See, that works fine. It gets really tiring if it starts raining for a while. I have to keep on pressing this button every 5 seconds or so. So that needs to be fixed. This is a new switch. It's a brand new switch. I have no idea what it is. It might be an electrical problem. It might be that I got a wrong switch or something. I don't know. It's not really that big of an issue. It's just a gripe of mine, and I can live with it. I'd rather not, but that is a hilarious issue. Another problem I've been having is the fact that the fuel pressure is very, very low. Now the fuel pressure in this truck should be around 70 psi, or 65 to 70, should be around there. It's currently at 20, and I don't know why that is. It could be a fuel pump problem, could be a in-tank problem, there could be crud in the lines. I haven't checked it out yet, mostly because it is crazy hot in Florida, and the truck doesn't really mind it. It's actually driven to and from New Jersey with this low fuel pressure, and other than getting kind of crappy gas mileage, it's not really that bad. So if I rev it, goes down a little bit, and it's not, again, it's not too big of an issue, but I do need to fix that because I don't know if that's doing damage to my engine. I don't think it is because I have a exhaust gas temperature gauge here. If I were to run lean, meaning that there's not enough fuel in the system, this would basically go all the way to 15 or somewhere thereabouts. And my cruising speed, my cruising exhaust gas temperature is around 700, between 6 and 700, something like that. If I really get on it, it goes to 11. It goes to 11. This truck sure does. But it's not that bad, so I'm not too concerned about it. I will fix this in the future, and I should probably fix it sooner rather than later. But one thing I don't get about this truck is this little tuner. Now it's a DP tuner, and it has 4 settings. So one is economy. That's usually how I roll. I'm a very economic sort of dude, especially in this 22-foot long truck. And number 1 is economy. That means the best gas mileage. And number 2 is a high idle. So if I press it, idle goes up to, let's see, goes up to around 1200 RPM. And that's for, who knows, if I decide to do construction or something, or I'm trying to heat the car up. Why do I keep calling it a car? Number 3 is a power mode. This should be the regular driving mode. It gives it a little bit more power, it ups the boost, stuff like that. Number 4 is, I actually don't know what number 4 is. All I know is that it's really hard to see out the back when I have this engaged. I thought you'd like that. In all seriousness, I love this truck. This truck has been my daily driver for the better part of a year. My S-Class has ceased to be my daily driver ever since I started working on it, which is ironic because that is the ultimate daily driver, quote unquote. But this has been my day-to-day. My wife drives her Elantra and I drive this. And there is no better everyday experience than driving one of these ostentatious, this huge, long truck with so much room. There's actually more room in here than there is in my S-Class. And I can fit 6 people, so 3 and 3. It really is a very, very versatile truck. It has the biggest bed in the world. The air conditioner is great. The windows are tinted, so as soon as I step in from hot Florida sun, it's not sweltering in here. The radio is good, it has Bluetooth connectivity. Everything in this truck is really on point, and there really isn't anything wrong with it. I know I nitpicked some stuff, and there are some things that I need to fix, like that fuel pressure issue and that wiper stalk, and it is leaking a little bit. It's not really a big issue, but these things do leak sometimes. But I think that's going to be it. I wanted to do an update video and tell you guys that I'm going to be working on this truck in the coming months. I do have a lot of stuff on the docket, the S-Class and the SL55, the Aston Martin, and some other stuff. But this is, I haven't forgotten about this. I do drive this every day. And I wanted to let you guys know what I'm doing with this, and that I'm enjoying it, and it is very much alive. It is, I haven't sold it, and it is a very respected and necessary member of my fleet. So having said that, hope you enjoyed this video of this walk around my awesome little truck. If you like what I do and you want to support me, just subscribe. That's basically all I can ask you guys for. You guys have been really, really good with that, and I will be better at putting out content, I promise. So yeah, until next time, this is me telling you that on trucks like this, that can roll coal all day, and you definitely shouldn't. I don't do that all day. You could if you wanted to. But on trucks like this, you guys need to wrench every day.